All right, we're going live, and immediately got a frog in my throat. Damn. Okay, maybe that works. Cool. Well, I may actually post this VOD before Tuesday's VOD on YouTube, just because beginning of Tuesday's VOD, which is the first 15, 20 minutes, it's so random. I think I failed to have Twitch open. I just basically started streaming. It was just, I was so focused on stuff related to the upcoming stress test this weekend. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll post it and then I'll post it. I need to get them going. I need to get them posted. So anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, stress test probably already happened. Let's be real. I guess in theory I could just get these downloaded and uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So we'll have both of these go up before this trip. I'm not on mute. You son of a gun. Because no, but I had just cleared my throat, so I muted and turned it back off. So hey Sentry, what's up, Zukin? I was just clicking likes on all the responses to the short that you posted. Let me clear my throat. Yep. D loves pudding. That is the jam. The jam. Oh, do I need to grab latest? No, but I do need to look and see about. I need to ask either Ali or Pattis about. I'm changing the zone line volume. Do I save? I just saved Night Harbor, I guess. Not a specific subscene. Oh, come on. I don't want to save all. Save scene. Let's see what happens. Are you saving, son? Encrypt, good to see you again. Vice!
Wishing you the best of luck with the stress test. Really hoping to be there as much as I can.
Thank you for 35 months, buddy. Yeah, hoping you can be here as well. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting weekend. It's going to be interesting. This server's on fire. Zekonaga, thank you for the follow. Netty Dread, what up? Kimmery, yeah, I'm doing slightly different hours. Thank you, Pattis. I'm doing slightly different hours. I'm kind of going back to my old hours. It's honestly being able to work just kind of uninterrupted during the day and then stream at night winds up being better. And then Jasmine and I, I mean, it gives her some free evenings as well, so I think that it's worked out. So just figured I'd go back to this, and it lets our people on the West Coast actually get up a little bit. Rivius, I think that's how I pronounce it. Let me know if not. Thank you for the follow. Rai said, hi, new to the project, the Discord, and by extension, this Twitch, but I'm excited for the stress test. Well, welcome. happy to have you here. D loves pudding. Are you going to stream and use your best DJ voice for that? I wish I could do DJ voice. What's up, Eminem lovers? It's your boy D Loves coming at you at 100 decibels to welcome you to the upcoming stress test launch. Word to the wise, game hard and break things. Your feedback is critical to the success of our future addiction. Also, if you can find pudding in game, I'm paying a bounty. All bathhouse fees our way for the stress test. Enjoy. Much love. It's something along that line. If you could do a better radio voice than I can. I don't have a radio voice. But I gave it a shot. Adichie. Hello. You do actually have a radio voice, D Loves Pudding. That's true. You do. You've got a sultry ass voice. You got a voice almost as silky as your kimono. Seek and Destroy. Everyone is getting hyped. It's gonna be a fun weekend. No matter what happens, it's gonna be fun. Radio face. I've got a face for radio. That's what they always told me as a kid. D Loves has the sexiest voice. I try to hide my enthusiasm when he's in voice chat. Adichie, I can believe it. Puddin' Man, I can imagine you with that voice and in a silk robe streaming. So I'm gonna stream the stress test as well. Everybody should feel free to stream. But I'm gonna stream it just because if things are going chaotic or sideways or great or whatever, we need to communicate. We need to communicate quickly. I figured having a official stream up will also help on that front. So, Wicked Blue Ninja excited as well. Hey Enoch, Brown Butcher, you got banned from Twitch once for sexual content. Could they just not handle all the meat you were showing? Hey Chess Solo. I gotta work on my posture. Pasta? Yeah. No. I got bad pasta. Sitting in his chair. You were playing drums in your underwear? Do you have that VOD somewhere? Tell me you have that VOD somewhere. Zombie Slicer said excited for there to be another old school MMO. Can't wait to stream it. Yeah. Guys, keep in mind this stress test is early for us. We're checking out our tech infrastructure. This is not some indication that, you know, the game's going live anytime around the corner or anything like that. Hello, Martin. Wie geht's? The Hebrew Hammer, thank you for the follow. Hey, Brax, what's up, buddy? Nano, thank you for the prime. Martin, ich habe dich heute gesehen, aber wann ich war fertig mit meinem Garten, ich muss schnell zurück zu Haus gehen, nach Haus gehen und dann schnell baden, essen, einkaufen und dann Arbeit. So, hallo. Hebrew Hammer said, I just discovered Eminem. Excited for the stress test now. I gotta find out where it has the DL and stuff. Looking through Discord now. Yeah, if you're on the Discord, just check out there should be a channel that's called, what is it called? Something playtest. Rick. Playtest info. It's like right above community content, second from the last in general. And that'll get you. That'll feed you to the link and everything else. Yeah, somebody just linked it in general action. Enoch, we haven't. Ollie's been iterating on our network solution since almost the beginning. So we're pretty happy with it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out this weekend, aren't we, Ollie? So we'll definitely learn a bunch from there. But so far, we've been happy with where we're at on that front. And then that way we don't have to license anything or anything like that. Subtube, what's new since December? I see you laughing. Okay, so I hit save. Let me check and see. I shouldn't be doing this on stream. I should have gotten this done earlier. Hello, Nicole. Oh, man. All right. So first has a bunch of really solid notes. I really wish we need to get our zone. We need to get our zone lines moved into data, Ollie. That would be awesome. Let me say that. Wish zone line working. Will Capsule be a playable race? Not at this time. Waiting for the Mandrake to be a playable race in the Ruins of Mandrakia expansion. Not a bad idea. Hey, Justin Beard. I don't know. You'll have to see, Justin. Zeko said, as long as I can be a goblin, I'll be happy. You won't be a goblin this weekend, but you will eventually be a goblin. Eventually, but not right now. But given some stuff that we need to do, what's going on here with this guy? Okay, given some stuff that we need to do for the upcoming dungeon, I need to actually talk about pushing goblins up a bit on the prioritization. So all I will say with regards to race class combos that you do not see on the info that's been posted is one of our goals is to make it so that once the game is live, new combinations will come online. And some of those combinations will require you to do certain things that are special or discover certain things. So the Krusty Eye Clan. Would that be too referential? Is starting as humans the easiest way to be in with my friends tomorrow? Can also level up and hit dungeon. The primary option tomorrow is going to be humans. Everybody's going to start in Night Harbor. For this test, everybody is starting in Night Harbor. And I believe you can be human male, human female, gnome male, ogre male, and you'll all be here. And you shouldn't be KOS anywhere initially. And then you can level up and hit the dungeon. Now, some of you are going to start on this side. Some of you are going to start on that side, depending on which classes you pick. John said gnome should be KOS to everyone and everything. That was what he said right before he was banned from chat. Just want everybody to know what John's last words were. Is there a designated spot for us to report problems we encounter? D Loves Pudding was banned shortly after John and wiped off of the leaderboard. All 160 of his gift subs went right out the door with him. You regret nothing. You will. When you're wiped off the leaderboard. Even to themselves, gnome bum fights. Yeah, that would be great. Gnomes just KOS the gnomes. Can't stand them. Gnomes can't stand gnome. The monotonous, is there a designated spot for us to report problems we encounter? We'll let you know if we're looking for specific types of problems. For the most part, all we want you to do is try to get in and try to stay in tomorrow. So if you're running into problems getting in or staying in tomorrow, then that's what we're going to be asking about for the most part. We've got over 600 issues. Now, mind you, many of them are also features and stuff like that in our database, but we've got we got a lot of bugs and stuff still to get through from friends and family. So odds are if everybody was reporting every little bug, you'd be duplicating a lot of what we know. We'll definitely let you know if we're looking for specific bug feedback. Now, Syrian, thank you for 3 months. Will the stress test be available to play from Australia? AVP, yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of wacky hours for you guys. But with the split that we have between Friday and Saturday, maybe there's a time frame that works for you. So yeah, give it a shot. Don't know what latency is going to be like from Australia to the Netherlands, I believe, where we're hosted. So yeah, okay. And then yeah, from there, well, I mean, we'll just see. We'll see. Justin said, my connection here is so bad I have a crank on my DSL router. I remember those days. All right, so hey, wacky streams. I did say wacky. No, Syrian said, looking forward to the stress test. I wish y'all could just genie the game done. Oh, if only it was so easy. Which class will be most OP for the stress test? Oh, I don't know. Which class do you think will be most OP for the stress test? Let me dig up. Let me dig up first note so I can get back on track. Okay, glass flat. When zoning. I wish there was just an easy way to update the zone line on the server and check it out. We're gonna move this to data so that we can test this easier in the future. Necromancer pets are the most OP. OP stands for oppressed. Nicodemus, it's true. I feel bad for Necropet. D said most OP class, not elementalist. Thanks, Nick. Ollie. Mm-hmm. The Hebrew Hammer. Make a monk tomorrow then for sure. I keep getting confused when I say the test is tomorrow because for me it's actually Saturday morning at 3 a.m. All right. So, was there a comment? Let me see something because let me go back in. Will the whole team be online tomorrow for the stress test? It would be nice to get to game with all of you. I've got the feeling that Minnie will be. I don't know that the whole team will be though. Hey, Ali. Phantom Rogue asked, is there any concern about all the back-end logging, reporting, data connection that it slows service/data layer, or is that what tomorrow is all about? Ollie can answer that in detail. My assumption is that we're looking to see what the impact is, and we can turn off logging or reduce logging or turn off logging if we feel it's impacting things. Adichie said, happy belated Eid Mubarak, brother, to Ali. And Ali said same to you. For those of you that missed the season. All right, let me try something really. Phantom Rogue, Ali confirmed. That is what tomorrow is all about. Phantom Rogue said, I only asked because of my job. A lot of the reporting data collection has had a lot of unplanned issues. Ibrahim said, oh man, game downloaded and launched. I feel like every game makes the load in screen way too loud. But so psyched. Yeah, it is kind of loud. I want to try something. Hey, Stouty. Oh, no, sir. That look. He looks like he's ready to party, though. Let's see. Do we have... All right. That's a look I've never done before.
Sup. So excited for tomorrow.
Sadvik, thank you for 4 months. Wacky Streams, thank you for the follow. Hoping to see a lot of He-Man hairstyles in the game this weekend. Yeah. Kind of a look. Zukin? Who said that? Cacao said Zukin get some dreadlocks in there. Zukin agreed. Are paladins in this game? Tarzak, they are. Look. I'm gonna be one right now. That's what you get for asking. I'll actually start one. Oh. Charleston Hurricane. Thank you for the follow. He's fresh out of the salon. Mm-hmm. You know. Monotonous said, I pretty much always make bald characters, so I hope that's an option. It is an option. It is an option, look. I like this one because it reminds me of Christopher Walken. If you play this game, can you have a 6-pack like that? I don't mean my character, I mean me. Yes, guaranteed to give you a 6-pack. Will there be cowbells in the game? Maybe eventually. Ollie said, hopefully we don't lose hair over time anymore. Yeah, we've got a bug where your hair just starts going away. We call that part of our aging progression. Your character ages in real time. It's a new bullet on the back of the box. Topolsky said, I thought about Eminem and got a 6-pack. If that's what you call it. You should have a Bad Cure song that uses cowbell as an instrument. I've got a fever. Devaru, when you said that, I was like, a Bad Cure song. We've got to get some, Whoa, Oh, what was his name? I'm trying to think of his name. Robert. It's not Robert Smith. From The Cure. Is it Robert Smith? No. Can't be. Yeah, Robert Smith. We need some Robert Smith hair. Maybe that'll come in when we do the Deep Elves. They've got a late 80s, early 90s vibe to them. Encrypt asks question: how is development being supported? Is it just voluntary or on the side from other jobs the devs may have? Yep, all the teams doing this on the side, and then actual expenses we're fronting out of pocket. Will Robert make Bard music tracks for all the spells using in-game instruments the Bard can wield? I know it's a big ask. I would put nothing past Robert. Since I've got this running right now, let me close this in the background. Maximus 95. Thank you for the follow. And give Unity a moment to close down in the background while I'm doing that. That here, that there. Weak heal. Oops. I didn't even look at what this is. Provoke. What else do I have? Slam. Oh. Put those in my innates. Will characters we make during this test carry over to future tests? The Monotonous asked. I think that's been the plan. Can you make a fat human with a gut? Not at this time. If we end up with tons and tons of cash at some point in the future, then we'll add more body types. To add people to your group, is there a command, or do you need to be able to target them? You should just be able to use a command, but you can also target them. That's Unity closing down the background, and hit invite. Miming my abilities and spells now. Justin Beard said I've been going to bat for chest hair for a while now. Yeah, having a chest hair slider would be cool. Rico Rush TB said, does the Bard work exactly the same as P99, or you guys did something different? Something slightly different, if I'm not mistaken. Is there out of combat regen for hit points and mana, or do you need to sit? You need to sit for mana. Do gyms exist for meditation? No, they don't. But there may be some mini games in the future. Do you have to have your spell book open? No, you don't. What item can we acquire now that will become instantly rare and valuable years from now? We can't tell you. Does threat increase when you sit? I believe so. Zukin said bone chips. Yeah, definitely hold on to your bone chip. I really do like the new faces, Zukin. Millicent is such a great name. Credit that one to Hamad. Bone chip cryptocurrency. Bone chips are really the new Bitcoin. Back-to-back joke. It's a cryptocurrency, yo. Pat did the majority of new faces. Oh, right on. Well, I still like them. I like what you guys are doing. Frickin' Pat. Excuse me. Is this test going to be all above ground? Are any deep areas available? There is a deep area available. If you find yourself into the deep area, we'll probably be doing occasional server broadcasts letting you know to send one of us a tell when you get stuck down there. What I should be doing instead of playing right now is fixing zone lines. Depending on how you find your way into the deep, you may not find your way back out. Just a warning. We're gonna let you, yeah, first. So I swear I've got your notes open. I started working on it and then just realized I was gonna be super distracted while I was doing this and was like, I don't want to break anything in any scenes. But maybe after a few minutes of this, I will go back to trying to fix some of those zone lines. But yeah, basically you should be able to go to all of the stubbed in placeholder zones, and then get lost or stuck, and then probably just send us a Yeah, just re-roll your character. Honestly, just delete yourself. Log out, delete yourself, or make a new character. Make a new character. You don't have to delete yourself. Eminem needs tan lines? Dude, I have such a farmer's tan already. Look at this. Oh, wait. My farmer's tan's so bad that it just made my camera freak out and it changed the it changed the white balance settings. Nicodemus said, game is really shaping up, sir. Everyone has done well considering the size of the team and the fact that most of the team have day jobs. Very impressive effort. I was just telling Ollie the same thing. I've been through a few development cycles with other teams, and I've got to say I'm super excited for this weekend. Just the fact that it's even happening speaks volumes for the team and their ability to get shit done. Can we make a special graveyard for players lost to the deep in the tests? Our missing heroes. What's the planned payment model for this game? Monthly sub. Okay. Okay. We have problems. We have problems. Apple. I will find a guard. Train to gate. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? All right. Let me heal myself. Then let me also adjust my UI. Unlock. Move this here. I've got to move everything around, don't I? Unlock. Move this here. I mean, I guess I should use the default so that people know where to find things that have never played a game like this before. But we'll just do this now. That over there. Shove this down here a little bit. Couldn't really see the health bars behind the stream overlay anyway. Oh, fair enough. I wasn't even looking at the stream. Yeah, maybe this will be a little bit better for you guys. TMT asks, as someone who has never played EQ, how rough of a time am I going to have playing this? Been following development a bit. It looks interesting. You may, assuming everything's stable, assuming if things are stable and we have hundreds and hundreds of people in here, assuming anything's even alive for you to kill, you may get killed a couple of times trying to kill your first thing or two. If you can power through that, then you'll slowly become a killing machine depending on what class you play. And I don't know. It's gonna be up to you. You see this cute jackal humanoid coming at me right here. She'll pretty much just like one-shot me. So, oh. The warrior at that definitely one-shot me. So, you see my skills? No, you can't see my skills because they're behind me. Anyways, my defense is increased to 2, slashing's increased to 2. That'll help me. TMT, if you like a good challenge, then yeah, just let it ride for a bit. We've got ourselves a like a quick start guide that we'll post. That'll give you a list of like the commands and all of that stuff as well. So, I think it's safe to show, and then we'll just link it later. So it'll walk you through all of the like the UI and the commands, and if you check it all out, you should know what to do. So even if you're not familiar with this style of game, it'll help you. What time will servers be available to the client application tomorrow? Is that another client patch, or is it just like a server flip switch Ollie just needs to throw to give people access? I've got the feeling that there'll probably be like a little patch to the client. But it should be even way smaller than the one that you've already done. And then it's mainly a server flip. Or it's like a flag flip that will expose you to the server, I think. Still waiting on email validation. Alarm, have you been discussing this in excuse me, in Discord? It should work. It should work for most people. Have you checked spam? Downloading and will be around tomorrow. First time viewer and interested for sure. Maximus. Awesome. Is it too late to register? No, not at all. Just follow the link, Zoidberg. It's not really, you're not really registering for the test. You're just registering an account so that you can install and then play tomorrow. How many people have registered so far? I don't know exactly. Somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500. Will I be streaming the test? Yoran, I will be. Do we have a max number? Not at the moment. Rip servers. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun challenge. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We may have more than one server. Over 1,400, not including us and friends and family. Yeah. There you go. There will be a lot learned tomorrow. There will be, and we'll see if we run into some challenges on Friday. We may find that we can mitigate those challenges by Saturday. So we'll see. Are Are we prepared to stand up multiple servers if needed? Yep. We are. Yeah, Ryan, that is the face. Thanks, Archmage. Belfaster said, I may be able to low-key watch the test via streams, though. Well, you said something above that, then I've got the feeling. Probably about having to work or something. Have you, Melorm, have you tried the resend? Any issues with multiple people from same IP playing? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm aware of any sort of known oh man, I'm getting worked. Known persistent issue with registration. Like I haven't spotted an actual theme of, you know, a group of people that are having trouble getting everything registered. If you search for monsters and memories on Discord gifts, you get the twerking skeleton. That's awesome. Good job, Zukin or Pattis. Swanee, I am unsure. Ali set it up so he's probably using the other service that I haven't been using for the mailing list. What is it called again? Let me look. He's using a different one. Nick may know it offhand. SendGrid, that's it. Thank you, Brother Lunchbox. So we may be switching everything over to SendGrid in a little bit, but I haven't been using it yet. I've been using MailChimp prior to this. Yeah, Nicodemus, we've talked about sending out a questionnaire after the fact. Tomicon83, thank you for the follow. Oh shit. Oh, I just got one-shotted. I was not paying attention. I'm over there reading about Gmail, and a Ashira warrior just walked up and smacked me right in my face. Now I'm running around in my Jordans. Ashira warrior just sauntering off like, no big deal. Justin, no, not shoes, my Jordans, my underwear. Remember, I think Jordan was the first, Michael Jordan was like the first one to popularize the boxer brief. What am I doing? Beside reading chat. We should add a hardcore mode. Keep an eye out. Definitely big fans of various game modes. First said there's been a small handful of people who have had verification issues, maybe related to running their own email account, maybe with a couple. They switched to Gmail or such for account registration. It worked fine. Okay, thank you. And first, you should now be a mod. Say something. Good. Not youth advocate. Oh man, it's dark. Wait for the moons to come all the way up so I can see a little better. The night is dark and full of terrors. Yes, Nicodemus. Knarf, we want to be able to post at least one PvP server as well eventually. Tomicon said, I'm pretty psyched for this, so much so I went and signed up for the open beta. The game is sending me into Nostalgiaville. All right. First of all, thank you. But to clarify, this is not a beta. What's going to happen this weekend is not a beta, not an alpha, not a pre-alpha. It is strictly a stress test. It's a stress test so that we can learn a bit more about our infrastructure and our system, starting with registration, then moving to installation, then moving to getting you into character select, and then getting you onto the server, and then seeing what happens when we put a whole bunch of bodies in one zone. So this is just part of development. It's an early part of development. It's something though that we wanted to do sooner rather than later, so that we have a pretty good understanding of where we're at on the tech side as we continue to work in parallel on the content side and the gameplay side and the game system side, right? So, and we've got plenty of art to make as well. Stabity13 said it's going to be the best kind of shit show, the kind where you learn stuff. Yes. Our goal is to learn what happens when we throw a whole bunch of real living human beings into these systems. Alorm said, use my Gmail account, and that did work. Nice. Okay, I will remember to tell people that in the future when that happens. Awesome and welcome. Tomicon, did that make sense though? Tempora said meltdown. The initial meltdown. How many races are currently in game, and do any have night vision? 3 races will be playable this weekend. None of them have night vision yet. Is there a limit to how many characters one account can have? I forget where we're at. We've talked about expanding the number. What are we at right now? 10, 12, something like that? Ten, Nick said. More than you can reasonably get a feel for in the 4-hour playtest, probably. It depends on how you play. If you're me, absolutely true. If you're somebody that's a little more, I don't know, like focused and precise in your playing, then you could probably derive a lot more value than, I don't know if you can play 10, but hey. Well, that was close, but we did it. Making the most of my hit points. How long is an in-game day? 72 minutes, I believe. Swifty said psyched for the test and grouping with a couple old P99 friends. My favorite little goblin has a soccer game Friday night, but the rain here in Alabama may not make that a problem. What part of Alabama are you from? Are you comfortable saying? I spent a lot of my I spent my teenage years and a few years after that in Alabama. Tempura says, so here's a question I've always wondered. How does an MMO server tend to handle many thousands of players? Are there usually physical servers that make up a single logical server? Or is the server just doing small amounts of processing? That is a great question for Ollie. Ollie was actually just having a nice technical discussion in Discord with, who was it? Go to our Discord and then go to, where was it? Wasn't there. Eminem discussion? I think no. Yeah. Eminem discussion. If you scroll up a little bit in Eminem discussion, Ollie was just having a nice networking and server discussion. Too Fat says, hi, I'm new to the stream, extremely excited for the game. What are your thoughts on alternate characters? Experience speed, will there be any implementation of any sort of power leveling capabilities, or will buffs scale down? You can power level alts or friends fairly normally. I'll say normally, just if you're coming from an environment where you understand sort of traditional twinking and power leveling, then we are not putting any limitation on that. We're not going to scale them based on the target's level or anything like that. We are fine with power leveling, and we encourage people to have alts. And rather than create a bunch of like, for the time being at least, the thought is rather than have a bunch of discrete systems for mentoring and getting higher level and lower level players to play together in some modified way, we're going to leave the capability for you to gear them up and for you to buff them and things like that, right? So because it kind of balances out without there needing to be these other systems to encourage it. It feels a little more natural, and it's interesting to have, you know, those weird opportunities where you go somewhere and there's a camp and there's an out of group healer that's power leveling somebody, and you get to hop in there and take advantage of it. And I don't know, it just feels nice. Where are the servers currently hosted? Are there any plans for multiple regions? Anytime you talk about multiple anything with us, it's really going to come down to depending on, you know, later on when the game is ready and we're looking at our audience and we are gauging the level of interest, or once we go live and we have a certain level of interest, the more people that are subscribing, the more we have the ability to do things like add additional regions and, you know, put in the Potbelly body type and all the other things that you ask for. So more, you know, unique servers with different game rules and all that stuff. It really comes down to how many people are there. If there's roughly a server's worth of people, then we probably won't be doing a lot of that extra stuff until there's more people.
Less than 3.
Vulork, what's going on? Thank you very much. How have you been? Does the world have a name yet? The world has a name, and the continent that you're on has a name. Oh yeah, I never answered that part of the question. Thanks, Nick. The server's located in, I think, Rotterdam. I think. Thought that's what Ollie said. Oh shit. Skeleton. Don't see a lot of those because they keep getting beaten up by the Ashira. John, that's not helpful, John. Oh, no loot. The Hebrew, Hammer, thank you. And Too Fat, thank you. Both for your subs. Combos that wouldn't normally be allowed will be available. Who you respond to? All classes are available for humans. Gnomes and ogres, I believe, have their normal class restrictions. But all classes are available, Stabity. Oh yeah, that's right. Quixana, if you look at the loading screen when they pop up, then you'll catch on to those various names you're asking about. Monotonous said, oh, okay, so humans can be any class then? Yes, but keep in mind when the game goes live, humans will be broken into 3 or 4 distinct cultures. And it may be that certain cultures don't have access. Certain human cultures don't have access to certain classes. But overall, humans do. If I was actually doing work Quixana, there would be a lot more load screens popping up. But I haven't I haven't been doing work. I've just been playing tonight, so... Hey, Rev Chumley. John said, having humans broken up and limited is a good way to tackle the humans can be anything trope. You like it? Well, but that said, we're pretty pro trope. No trope too dope. Why you troping? Oh, now I'm tough enough to go finish this quest. Now I have skilled up enough to go finish the quest. I'll sell some stuff on the way in. When can you buy the I survived the stress test and all I got was this t-shirts? Unsure at this time. Bet I can't kill a jackal? I bet I can't. But that's a good question, Zombucket. So I'm about to show you, next to server stability and whatever happens there, I will show you the second most controversial thing that's going to happen this weekend. And it is... Oh, me dropping this shit on the floor. Did I just drop it on the floor? I did. And it's so dark. No, I didn't. Okay. It's the fact that I've got to actually find certain merchants to sell certain things. I know. It's crazy. Brian said, merchants seem real picky when I was trying to sell stuff. Is there a trick that I don't understand? The trick is you've just got to figure out which merchants buy what stuff. Watch this. Nope. The cooking supplies guy, he does not want snake fangs for some reason. The darkness is definitely tricky. Nick said, it's okay, just look for the shifty gnome. Or suspicious salesman on the other side of town. And then you can sell anything you want there for, I think, 40% of the price. So if you just come over here, if you don't want to get full price or explore the city or learn more about the game or experience the city in all its glory or role play like you're playing Skyrim or any old CRPG, then you just come to the Shifty Gnome. And he will give you 50% of what the item's worth. And charge you a lot more for whatever you buy from him. Or you can go beyond the first 3 buildings in the city. Time is money, friend. Yeah. It is, Nick, and the longer we get these guys staying, every hour and day and week we can squeeze out of them, the more subscription money we make. Interesting mechanic? It's really not an interesting mechanic. If you play Skyrim, it's there. It's not a new mechanic. If you want to buy something in Stardew, you got to go to the right place, tell them the right stuff. Reading chat. All right, I'm gonna engage one of these guys. I'm feeling brave. Eminem's the submodel, but it's by the minute. Yeah, we're going back to the old Prodigy model. Was it Prodigy? UI would be nice if UI reflected that without having to try and sell each thing. Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind on the vendor implementation, we've got other stuff that we'd like to get in. So I think representing what a vendor will buy when you interact with them a bit clearer will be helpful. Some of the things that we want to try with regards to building up favor with merchants and things like that may make it worthwhile. So we'll see. Nicodemus. And again, at the end of the day, if we find that it's just not doing what we want, we can always change it. But the idea is that it gives us a lot of control as to where you can go to sell what, which gives us a lot of ability to allow certain areas to retain their value over time and certain... it gives us a little bit better control over certain player behavior. Nice. Level 2. Nicodemus. Thank you for the gift sub to Boom Bang Crash. Who just thanked you for it. Can those beetles be used as a light source? These don't, I think, drop anything that provides any sort of light source. I mean, we could make a tiny rain beetle eye or something that gives you a little, much smaller light than a fire beetle eye. Maybe maybe we stick the beetle on a stick and use it that way. That would be a very cool looking item. Hexical Pox said, "Oh God, my poor parents' AOL bill when I discovered Simutronics and their text games." Yeah, I know a guy that when I was a kid, one of my uncle's friends spent his entire insurance settlement. He like got injured in doing construction, and he spent like 30 grand or something just playing online RPGs back in the day. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Beetle stuff. How about a glass bottle for one? That would be very cool. Get some of this beetle juice out of them and put it in a bottle. Bad RNG on this one. I'm still reading chat, so hopefully I don't die. Keg asks, any thoughts on player-to-player economy, auction house, or more going like the EC tunnel model? So the thought is to have it be an active model, and we'll figure out more when it comes to the actual player housing and the ability for players to have shops and how that will factor into this. But from the sort of start, one idea that we want to test out is to provide containers that players can purchase that act as a consignment or an escrow container. And so it's an active auction, you know, players sort of bantering and all of that type of model, where rather than just stand there and basically be a bot, you have to go out and let folks know what you got and what you're charging for it and all that stuff. But for players that don't like to do that shit, you can give your items to a player that does like to trade and has one of these containers, and it allows you to establish the terms for the sale. So you can say, I want to get a minimum of blah, blah, blah for it. This is a consignment price. and you know, essentially make it so that it's a safe transaction. So yeah, if the player logs out or doesn't sell it or tries to delete it, all of that type of stuff, you get your item back. But then they have the opportunity. So say maybe you just want 100 gold for something. They can sell it for 200, keep the commission price and every bit of extra money that they make off of it. Editor versus client disclaimer time? Not tonight, John. It's running smooth because I am in the client. Usually I'm playing in the editor. But I wanted to get into the client tonight and actually... So you sub twice and use your second account to sell items? Stout Tea, if you want to be active on your second account selling those items, but just standing there doesn't sell the items. It's not like the bazaar. Now we have to discuss as a team whether or not in the future we want to provide that type of bazaar functionality as part of player-owned shops or something, but for the time being, just assume that if you're trying to sell something, you've actually got to be active. Will our bazaar be bizarre? Oh, so bizarre. Justin said, you can stand when you sit in my future coffee shop. Justin's going to have a, he's going to have a coffee shop in the night market. I'll show you where that's at in a second. Brown Butcher will naturally be selling meat and other delectables. Also probably in the bazaar. I mean, night market. Jeez. Jeez, guys. I know you don't want to talk security, but I hope Ali has a way to check people's cash. Always seems wild to me, like in New World, how quick people dupe money and got away with it until... no, we talk security and stuff pretty openly. I think we've shown some of the logging that we do. Yeah, we're already logging... we're already logging things in friends and family. So we'll see. That's one of the things that we'll be checking during the stress test, I'm assuming, is just the impact of logging that much data as well. I've got the feeling that, you know, I think that's, I forget who was mentioning that earlier. You know, that's one of those things that we've just got to look at and see. Recording all of those transactions. What's the impact there? But we log a shitload of stuff already. That's how we're able to, if you go to, I believe it was last month's update on the website, there's an infographic that Ali made that was just data pulled from our logs. One thing that we'll be doing with that, well, a couple of things. We've got the data now. We'll definitely be focusing on better interface and tooling for the data, and then also a lot better automation of report. Lunchrock said, "Oh yeah, it had the most killed most players and such. That was hilarious." Yep. Mortis said, I've seen a video about RuneScape AI-driven bots becoming more sophisticated where players couldn't tell they were having full conversations with bots. Yeah, we're definitely in for a wild future. DDJ said, can I sell eggs in? I'm a chicken tender. Now, you may have just been joking, but I will say that given our druthers, we would love to have have all sorts of interesting little trade skills like that. Want to get farming in and brewing and fermenting and all sorts of shit. I was catfished by an AI floozy will be an article title someday. Grumpy TV, I wouldn't be shocked if that's already an article title. You have close to 100 chickens in your flock in real life? That's badass. Half of us got catfish in EverQuest because those high elves were all dudes. It's funny you say that. One of the GMs I worked for when I was a guide, when I finally met him, he was a high elf female. And when I met him, he kind of had my haircut when it's light enough for you to see it. He had my haircut in real life and a beard. Bill Faster said a Pokemon-esque creature taming system, also a fully fleshed out CCG. So Bill Faster, a few of us have talked about an in-game CCG being fun. So I want to, if I get a say, I would like to combine our in-game CCG with chess as well. There's an old French game that is CCG meet chess. Well, not really CCG. It's just like a giant stack of random cards. But Swifty, thanks for the prime. Nick said, I'm an auto chess god. There we go. We have we potentially have inspiration. That's my primary game at the moment while commuting. We'll have to chat about ideas then. Zukin said robot Vanguard style card game. Dude, I still like diplomacy. The fun part, Justin, is it'll be easier to learn about chess, and then you add in the all sorts of craziness that comes from the cards, and it'll be a lot of fun. Honestly, if you're putting in farming, we should do diplomacy. Well, we've already put in an etiquette skill. I mean, our list of skills is so crazy. I've forgotten half of them. Anyways, since Ollie's gonna be the one programming a lot of them, I've got the feeling. Then we'll just put in a ton of crazy shit. Blixtev, what's going on, dude? Took 14 minutes total to register a new account, verify email, and download the entire client. Yep. Pretty straightforward. How have you been, sir? Pretty painless. We're saving all the pain for tomorrow. That's how we trick you. Join the stress test, they said. It'll be painless, they said. K-Sim said, I'm ready to get disconnected the entire 4 hours. Yes. Byron, thank you for the follow. What is this? I'm sitting in a basement killing bugs. Sighted Hawk. What time is the stress test? It is 3 in the morning for me, Mortis. It's going to be a different time for you probably. Check the Discord for more information. If you look in Discord, it will tell you the time specific to your time zone. Excuse me. Looks have said, I've been A-OK. Spring is here in Texas, so weather is nice for 2 more weeks before the heat. Yeah, you just have to dodge the hail. Alright, see you, Zombucket. Belfaster said, hey, nonstop crashes is still a success. I just hope people are okay with that. Not hoping for it, of course, but it's not like terrible outcomes. It's almost the point. Yeah, if we're as long as we're able to see why things are crashing and then provide solutions, then we're good. So I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Just so that I can act as like a point of information as things are going down. But I've got the feeling Discord will also be popping. Brown Butcher said, Mortis, you'll help them test the /ban function. We do have that. Level Up Larry said he's going to stream it tomorrow too. Nice. Love Larry. Larry's the best. Yeah. Definitely going in, support your favorite streamers. Because I think a few folks will be streaming it tomorrow, and if folks like Larry are streaming it, that's gonna be awesome. I'm mainly gonna stream because I'm gonna be awake anyway, and I've got the feeling that if anything's kind of going wonky or sideways, folks can come in here then, and I can just do my best to explain what's going on. We might be able to get some of the team on voice as well to help explain things or just bullshit or whatever. So we'll see. Brown Butcher said Larry seems like a really good guy. He's a super good guy. Super good. Super good. And just honestly a fantastic stream. Monotonous Dead gonna be streaming tomorrow too. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Patty said I can get on voice tomorrow. Nice. Lost the War said, why does the downloader say something about Bitcoin? Don't worry about that. Just click the button. Just agree. Just agree. Direct it to your wallet and just click the button. What are you thinking? These beetles don't feed themselves. Hexico said, I agree to give you my soul, just let me play. Hit me with the DM on that if you're serious about the soul. My wife just walked by and said, it's a cult. It's in the name. I don't want to hear any shit later. Oh, I didn't know who I was involved with. It's literally in the name. souls cost more now due to inflation. Brown Butcher, that is inaccurate. Inflation has nowhere near caught up with the depreciation of souls in the last 20 years. Your souls are worth nothing. That's what happens. That's what happens when you spend too much time on the internet. You think you're going to spend that much time on certain websites and still get full price for your souls? Nope, that's not how it works. That's what happens, Larry. That's what happens. You see what happens? You see what happens, Larry? This is what happens, Larry, when you spend too much time on the internet. Oh my god. I'm going to buy like 6 of my favorite Haribo candies tomorrow. I was telling my wife about this plan earlier because I've got to get up at like 2:30 in the morning. So the first playtest is on Saturday for me, and the second playtest is on Saturday for me. So I'm gonna buy like 6 of my favorite bags of Haribo candies, and I'm gonna make one massive like master bag of Haribo candy, and I'm just gonna eat candy for 4 hours. And I'm gonna be so silly by the end of it. Oops, I got all the legs I need. Nice. All right. We call that Monday, sir. You mean I'm not special in my plan? Evercraft does not accept souls as beta access. You tried there too? If you've got a good enough soul, let me know. I'll talk to Hidden Tree. We'll figure out a deal. Now, Pump, yeah, this weekend. If you're interested in checking it out, you should hit up our Discord. Encrypt said, just like my retirement, basically worth nothing now, same as my soul. I'm sorry, buddy. Conpixia, where have you been? Are you not on the mailing list? We have 3,000 people on the mailing list now. What? 3,000 people? And that's not even counting the people that have unsubscribed. You know who you are if you're out there. Get on the mailing list. But you don't have to be on the mailing list to be a part of the stress test this weekend. Just get on the Discord. Unsubbed? Why? I don't know. I don't even... They may not have even been real popular. Sorry. Why did I just say popular? They may not have been real people. You unsub so you could resub? You would, John. You resubber. That bar looks comfy, right? Especially with the palm trees and the shadow popping through. Do you like pina colada? Now I signed up, heard about you a few weeks ago from another P99 streamer. Oh, nice. Thank that individual for us. Needs more tiki, but it's okay. That's a different part of the world. This area is less tiki and more genie. Heard a rumor that when you die, you just be reincarnated into a gnome. If you're lucky. If you've been good your whole life. If you haven't been going to those websites. Zukin said, speaking of Hidden Tree, haven't seen that rare animal in a while. He's around. He's been on vacation. We got a direct line to the big man. Stream is maximum comfy. Really excited for the game. Oh, I appreciate that. It always shocks me when someone says that. They're like, oh, what's the nice calm, pleasant stream. I'm like, damn. That's cool. I don't even mean to do it. Bathhouse needs a bartender, drinks with umbrellas. Oh yeah. Oh, so those of you that haven't been around a while, I've just been doing my quest. Oh, hey there. You caught me working on my fences. All right. So for those of you that don't want to just go to the Shifty Gnome, here, we'll make it easy. Use this as a training guide, even before the quick start guide gets posted. You don't know where to find the info on Discord? It's, people have been linking it. Look for Eminem playtest info, I believe. Left-hand side, second up from the bottom of the channels in general, I think. Nick's gonna make a playtest specific, like, info channel thing. I'm too much of a boomer to make anything work in Discord, to be honest with you. So, Nick set up all the cool shit that happens in Discord. Or Discord being good is the direct result of him knowing how to make that happen. So he set that up. But we've just got like a basic info channel at the moment. I don't know what else he's got in mind beyond that. I've got a link to a document that will help you understand how to play. We'll get that up there as well. Is there a specific Eminem Discord? Yeah. Sorry. This one. There is a Loving Robot Discord, but we just talk about gardening and shit. That's about it. Well, that's not it. Some beautiful pictures of Maine are posted in there as well. It's funny. I say gardening, I immediately pick up a pipe. This is not the pipe that I haven't used this pipe yet, but I have a couple pipes at the garden. After a tough day of gardening, it's nice to pipe on a pipe. But anyways, that's the Discord right there. So those of you, I'm in the wrong place. He's over here. Oh yeah, interesting music as well. I mean, it's a good Discord, don't get me wrong. So anyway, Shifty Gnome. He'll buy anything you want to sell pretty much at 50% off. You can find him basically on the mountainside. Mountainside is north. Oceanside is south. So we're heading south now. So here's the inn. There's the bank. Bank works, so take advantage of that fact. Boy, I got 7 silver already. I'm rich. So you can put stuff in the bank if you need to. Pipe gardening, your rocking chair away from old age home. Pfft. Son, I'm in my prime. What about a grandfather clock? Oh. At the garden, that would be cool. Wait. I don't like to sell to him as much. I like to come into here. Sell to this guy. Alright, so. If you save up enough plat during the playtest, you can buy a room. So to clarify, we can pre-install for the stress test. Yep, you are encouraged to. So keep going south. This is the main west gate that people are going to be at because they're bound right over here. Now, those of you playing certain classes, you're going to be on the entire other side of the city. We'll run over there in a minute. But if you come in from that main gate and you go to your right, or to the south, as some of us like to say, you'll go by the bathhouse. Many of our regulars here in chat will be hanging out in the bathhouse just because they're like that. I'm not sure what's going on with that swim animation, but that's D Love's bathhouse. Yep, that you'll pay your way out. Oof. If you start on the other side of the city, we'll probably have somebody hanging out near the gate, giving free binds. If not, you can do a quest with one of the other priests, and you can get a token that'll let you bind at any priest. Lorez, it is. We are not a 2 Live Crew kind of stream. But a loving robot. How am I, a new player, to find out which way is north or south? Well, you could watch the direction in which the sun moves, or you can just remember that that the mountains are north and the ocean is south. Or you can hail a guard who he's just going to keep walking by. He doesn't care. You can hail a guard and ask him where stuff is, and he'll point you in a direction. And if you find that thing in a certain direction, and you'll know what direction it is. Or you can get the spell. I think we've got a True North spell. Will characters be able to sheath their weapons at some point? Striker, we've talked about providing options for that as part of our attachment system, but we haven't come to any true agreement. For the time being, you have to role play it like so. But it doesn't appear anywhere. But that may change at some point. I do think we need some sundials. Oh, that's a really good idea. First. That's a cool idea. Anyways, this market is full of shops. And they even have some... sketchy. They even, they have descriptive names, so you don't even have to click on everybody to figure out what stuff, who sells what, who buys what. For example, if I needed to sell some cloth armor, I would come to this guy. Anyways, this is a this is a big old market here. I'm gonna get fancy with your name. It may not be how you say it. I mean, you could say it like you name Twitch, but I'd like to think of your name as Yanami. Yanami Twitch. And I'm hoping that's exactly it. Yanami, is that it? You name, but you like Yanami too. All right, whenever you're trying to be like international Twitch of intrigue, then you could be Yanami. But when you're just trying to be like man of the people, down home southern style, then it's you name. Brown Butcher said stoic. I saw that butcher. Not sure how I feel about him encroaching on my business. He's kind of in the... Yeah, he's in the sort of like... he's sketchy. Unamit Witch? But how do you know they're Unamit Witch? It looks like one. Speaking of testing, did you ever see the Ultima Online ecology video on YouTube? Yeah, I think it's been a while. They had a whole ecosystem where grass would spawn, herbivores would spawn, eat grass, bears would spawn, kill herbivores. They're real proud of it. I think did Raph discuss that one? I forget. Very proud of it. Dev said instantly going live, players killed everything. They created shards to try and split up the players, but they couldn't control it, removed the code. Yeah, that's what happens a lot of times when you get a little too complex with your systems, and the systems encounter players, and players just kill everything. You'll level up and kill the butcher? Nice. Players ruin everything. It's true. It's one of the laws of MMO design. Can you kill town guards? You can if you're the right level. Will there be a level cap during tests? Nope. So about half of you will be starting on this side of the city. But you can run all the way across and meet up with people on the other side. Just be sure to get a bind because it's a long run when you die. Think you'll get another opportunity to interview Jeffrey Zatkin again. That was a great interview, by the way. Thanks. It would really just be a matter of asking them and seeing. There's no telling. Long run like Kinos to Freeport long? No, the city's not that big. Pretty big, but it's not that big. If you make the loop, it's probably longer. Oh, man. That's a huge rat? Yeah, they eat well. It's a big city. Will there be druid and wizard teleport spells? There will be. I think we've even got... I could have sworn we've got wizard. I'm not sure of druid, but I thought we had one of each in. Druid already has one. I thought wizard already had one. Not druid, though. But hey, both are in. Okay. Oh, wait. Wrong guy. Not farmer trainer. Do you think it's possible for the server to stay up with 1,000 people in this zone? Okay, Sims, there are a lot of Ashir here. Oh geez. Oh gosh. That's what we're gonna find out. We're gonna find that out tomorrow. Striker asks, are they the kind of teleport spells where you need to attune to a place first, or can you just poof and go? Go if you run into someone high level. These don't require attunement. It would be cool to have teleport locations, destinations that require attunement later, though. I honestly, I forget. Does she say? Oh, he said. I wrote the quest. I don't even remember. Whoa, he's no, don't kill, no. Oh my gosh. Kill her. Kill the scout. Kill the scout. You are you even gonna use that axe? No, you're just gonna kill the skeleton and not use the axe? You son of a bitch. Okay, now what did you need? Bring her proof. What proof? Any meat from the four-legged ones, eggs from the snakes, and legs from the beetles. That'll work. Any meat from the... Do I have any meat? Poor Trey, his food's getting cold. Guards can loot enemies? No, I was role playing. I was role playing. They don't really loot them. They just make it disappear into the void. No meat? How embarrassing. Well, that's what I'm working on now. Brown Butcher, not all of us are just born with all the meat. Some of us gotta work for it. We managed to glitch through the world and fall into the void as our character and loot gone forever. Yes, so don't do that. No, you're not. You'll be put... We're a kinder, gentler game. You'll be put into a safe spot in the zone. An MMO with usable ladders? How did the server not explode? Latest technology. I want this meat. Alright, now help me. I'm gonna sit down here. See what I just got. That's still Trey's food. Raw rat meat. Alright. Naked and afraid. I have clothes on and I'm still afraid. Nice. Let's see. Lunchbox, we're going to do all sorts of wacky stuff. Hey, Schmonite. Ooh. It's only 9:30. I'm yawning. Tomorrow's going to be an adventure. So I don't know. I'm going to probably do something interesting tomorrow, like take naps during the day. I'm going to build up my sleep energies. Farmer, Shira just came right on in while you were slacking. Will the test have visible armor upgrades? Yes. We got armor and stuff in. We got all. Chug some German coffee. Damn, that dude is ripped. Thank you. I work at it. Wish my hair was beautiful as his. I wish my hair was as beautiful as... Look at his lush hair. Look at my hair. I mean, I've got his abs, but the hair, it's just, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. What is German coffee? It is a coffee that we purchase in Germany, Brown Butcher. It is. It's different in that it's spelled with a K and an A, which is weird. Kaffee. What is German coffee? It's just like American coffee, but it sounds angry all the time. It's like, why is it so angry? It's not. It's just German. That's how it talks. Yeah, we've got coffee and caffeine, and Germans have coffee and caffeine. Oh, you damn all of you creatures to hell. Everything in German sounds angry. Yes, especially my wife. Man, I wish I could get a German girl. Angry girls are cute. Well, there's a whole country full of them. I work an hour after the test starts tomorrow. I can just AFK after that. Yeah, just AFK. You may or may not still be in game when you come back. The phone may or may not have bounced. Really enjoyed Club Mate when in Germany. Every once in a while I get one. Tasty. Can I have custom keybinds? I believe you can. I honestly can't remember if I've ever customized my keybinds. I thought I did though. Yep, you should be able to. I might have actually done it myself unless mouse 3 is just toggle auto run for everybody. We have a few options. Scale UI. Ooh. Now that, you know what? Now that I can make the chat text bigger, I probably don't need to scale my UI to 1.1 anymore. So there's that. I might make it even smaller. We got master volume. Music volume. Ambience volume, sound effects volume. Alright, so lots of volume options. We'll get more options eventually. Is there a way to reset the UI if you totally screwed up? There is. Reset UI button right below keybinds. Reset chat in case you screw that up as well, because you can set up filters and stuff. Is there a graphics option? Not yet, Justin Beard. Sorry. But there is a why won't you move? Unlock. No, unlock. There is reset character, bite keeper, reset your face. Lugosi Rigatoni. Thank you for the follow. I know it's 2023. I'm not allowed to do an Italian accent anymore. I apologize. I heard that farmer have a solid punch. Farmer strength. Farmers. Physical work. This isn't some sit in the office and drink latte lifestyle this guy's got here. He's lifting trees and shit. All day, just lifting trees. Actually, all day just punching random insects and animals that come in. That's all he does all day. Farmer strength is very real. Don't mess with that dude. He's murdering all day. Exactly. Plowing 24/7. Uname, Twitch. The team hates when I make mom jokes, so I'm just gonna let that one slide. But he has cauliflower ears. Unchained P99. I was actually picturing him as a wrestler from Iowa, but I also like that you're making a farm joke because of cauliflower. Lugosi said, damn, didn't realize he had so much experience with the design team and EQ. That's nuts. I was only there for like 3 or 4 years, but I appreciate it. Can you, oh, how do you scale the font? There is, first just responded with, there is a command to set chat font size. You can access all available commands via help. That's a good point. I don't know that I've added chat font size to the quick start guide. Let me scroll and see. Because that actually came online after I did the first iteration on this. Did I work with Brad McQuaid? Fairly indirectly. I was very low level when he was still around. In a few meetings with him, at a few parties with him, talked to him here and there. But I was a newbie. Let me just make a note. Need to add chat font size here. We'll get back to that. You knew these jokes were bound to turn up. Hey. Look at you. So anyways. So, Justin, we've got some ability to make it bigger. But we'll see if it's going to be enough, dude. Does it go beyond 10? Oh, everything needs to go to 11 in our game. Let's make a note, team. Everything needs to go to 11. Give us farmer of these jokes, Butcher. Let us have them. Farmer, like far more. Is that what you mean? Butcher Brown said, Lugosi, let us be friends. Oh, so you had another joke in you. I thought you were going to be chicken. Oh, Striker. Too far. Do you know what that means, Jasmine? No, I'll explain it to you later. It's an old internet thing. Terran said, in all seriousness, please make sure the font can be pretty big. I have trouble reading small fonts. Did you just miss it? I was just showing. Justin also has some real challenges with his vision, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. But like, look, we can go about that big right now. Before tomorrow, it's just friends and family. But tomorrow and Saturday it will be an open stress test. Could still go bigger though, Taryn. We'll definitely keep that in mind. In all seriousness, we'll probably be looking at going bigger. Where do you download the client? Hit up our Discord and look for the channel that is the playtest channel, and it'll give you all the info you need. Almost all the info you need. All right. Farmer's keeping it real, but it's now time to get up out of here. Where does the name Monsters in Memory come from? I thought it sounded real cool. Very nostalgic. Very familiar. Very Tom Hanks movie-ish. Nicodemus said, awesome accessibility stuff being worked on. I ain't gonna lie, my eyes aren't as good as they once were. Years of playing video games. We know our target demographic. We know that there's a bunch of not spring chickens. Gnarl, you don't... Oh my gosh. I'm dying. Gnarl, you haven't seen the movie... what was it? Mazes and Monsters? The old one from back in the day. The old, yes, Lugosi. Yeah, it was a movie. It was a movie that was like, it came out during the Satanic Panic era of Dungeons and Dragons, and it was about these college kids that played too much. I don't think they called it. I think it was called Mazes and Monsters or something. Excuse me, instead of Dungeons and Dragons. And he got too into the game, man. Went crazy in his brains. Yep, Mazes and Monsters. So. I actually watched some of it a while ago. I may have to dig it up sometime soon. Saw it when it premiered, so I'm choice demographic for this game. Telling you, we know our people. We know who we're dealing with. Because we are you. And you are us. Join us. Let it Hawk, thank you for the follow. Oops. I was just running into the wall. Can't wait for you guys to advertise in the AARP. The only magazine we're going to be advertising in. What's going on in here? Something going on in here? Hey, Vagrant. For Gen X by Gen X. What about HGTV? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe. I mean, we do like homes and gardens. Save a bundle. Hey, I save a bundle through AARP. Laugh if you want. No one's laughing. We're laughing with you. Alright, so if you find yourself over in this area, it's mainly just residential. A lot of player housing. So you can look around if you want, but there's not going to be a lot over here. But we were able to get doors in, so you won't spend a lot of time going into buildings that actually don't have anything for you. Any infravision, ultravision spells in game yet? Nope. Yeah, it's real dark over here as well. So if you come over here and there's no lights, you know you're in the wrong spot. Senior discount at the tavern. Iron rations 1/2 off. That'd be kind of fun. So first, I apologize. What I may do is tomorrow morning, I'll get in and try to get that zone line stuff taken care of. You did such a good job of writing everything up. I'd started on it when the stream began, and I just realized I'm so distracted when I'm streaming. I just don't. I know that there's nothing we can screw up that we can't revert, but I just, at this stage in the game, I just was not thinking that it was going to be worth screwing around in the scene file. Because if I could rapid sort of iterate, like just reload data and see the changes, then it wouldn't have been as big a deal. But tomorrow I'll sit down and actually concentrate, get that stuff typed in, and then work with Ollie to see if we can bounce the server and check the changes. I mentioned to Ollie again that it would be nice for zone volumes to be moved into the database, so they're not in a scene file anymore. He's like, yeah, that won't be a problem. So that'll be nicer later on. We really, anything like that just shouldn't be in the scene data anyway, just because it's so much easier for us to update data on the fly. And we've got pretty much everything else in data now, so. Your cleric needs a beeper? Like a sky pager? There would need to be a code for it, though. If it was a true beeper, it would need to be like a 911 followed by the loc. Is this it? I think it is. Zukin. We're using, we do most of our work in Heidi SQL. We've got a little prototype of like a web interface for it. But for the most part, just work in the database. Robot, how do you feel about devs using AI to aid in game development? I see it as like, it's like any other tool, to be honest. If you're looking for fairly non-specific, just sort of like reference and stuff, it's, I feel it's handy. It's as handy and trustworthy, I guess, is the kind of the knowledge of an average individual. If you're to be like, hey man, what about this idea for blah blah blah? Give me some ideas here. I think it's an interesting tool. At the moment, I don't see it as kind of like the end all be all solution, but I do think it's worth keeping an eye on, and it can do some interesting stuff. We've played around with it. Like several of us are exploring the utility of it. Things like, when you say AI, I assume you're talking primarily about like ChatGPT or something. On the actual like asset creation side of things, really it not. I don't think we found there to be real value there yet, but it is interesting to ask it certain questions. Or one of the things that I thought was an interesting exercise with ChatGPT was taking a long had a long chunk of lore, and it was a timeline, and a bunch of events had gone on in this timeline, and it's kind of a complex bit of lore that was written up, and put that in, and then said, "Hey, can tell me what inconsistencies you find," and it was able to then read through and go, and it pointed out like 3 or 4 things that it felt was inconsistent within the write-up, which was kind of cool to then look at it and go, okay, well, this one thing's actually, because it doesn't have all the info, maybe that's why it thinks that. But then on the flip side, the other things that it pointed out was like, these are really good because I really wasn't thinking about that, and you're right, and now we could expand on that. And to me, having ChatGPT come back and say, hey, this thing that you wrote, you know, it was actually another designer that had written it, but this thing that you, the team, had written was inconsistent here and here. Well, it showed some really good areas for us to then go in and flesh out a little bit better. And I thought that was really cool. Its ability to, you know, summarize the data set. I would say I'd be really happy if we were able to take, because we've got a big wiki in the background. Our Confluence is essentially a wiki, and that's where all of our lore is at, and, you know, other stuff. And so if we had the ability to have it sort of, you know, use our wiki, our Confluence as an input, and then be able to ask it questions about our world and hey, what about this, or brainstorm with it, I think it would actually be a very useful and reasonable tool. So now write a bit of dialogue, nah. What are some ideas for scenarios? I think is valid. We already use tools like that. Tools already exist for that. You know, roll a dice and assemble things. So pen and paper folks have had tools like that forever. Any chance of implementing optional on-screen damage number in the future so one doesn't have to watch the text box? It comes up a lot, so I would think as a non-default option, it may be something that we can put in there. I hate, you know, personally, just speaking personally, I just hate, you know, and I understand the argument of like having to look down here and all that stuff, but this, to me, this space in the middle of the screen is pretty sacred, and really like it to be as clean as possible. When you start seeing too much stuff on the ground and bars here, and then all of this UI information sort of plugged in, it just, to me, it starts to make it look very gamey, and it ruins my immersion. So, but having non-default options for people in the future, sure. I think it'll eventually be something that we put in there. To your concern, Hebrew Hammer, I think it's really going to come down to the style of gameplay and the type of game that we make. Hopefully the nature of the game that we make is one that helps mitigate some of that desire to just be sort of intrusively min-max, whereas people that are min-max are able to do it for themselves, but it doesn't become like a community requirement for everybody. Yeah, I mean, you know, when I look here, I don't, even if if I target somebody right now, right? The difference between my screen and, you know, in this moment and when I target somebody is that unit frame right there. And you know, there's at the moment, and we may do something different, you know, or find some way to address, maybe if you're in colorblind mode or something, maybe it gives you a little different indicator. But anyway, there's not a lot of change here, and we don't have like a target on the ground and a bunch of shit popping up and this dude's health bar and all that stuff. Games that want to do that, I'm not picking on you. Everybody's got their own style, but it's just, we, you know, want to try to keep you in the game as much as possible. And I understand the argument of like, if I'm staring at this box over here, then I'm not staring at this. It's just, I don't feel that most people are spending a lot of time staring at the box either. So. Oh, how much coin do I have? Probably not a ton because I haven't been killing a bunch of shit. Oh, I do got this though. What's this look like? What do I look like now? I got an upgrade. I need to go buy my ass a torch. I used to love even like comparing. Oh, I went with Rune Branded Girdle versus that dude went Cloak of Flames. Oh, so that guy sucks and is still using FPSS. Blah blah blah. Variations made it so much cooler than best in slot. WoW style is this exact gear. Yeah, yeah. I think most folks on the team feel that same way. First just said so. Nick said said so, and I even like the idea of just simple color variations or aesthetic variations on certain items. So there he is. Spending my hard-earned money on torches for you guys so you can see. Quick sauna? Yeah, I mean it's not a thoughts on putting names over not putting names over NPC monsters' heads, maybe clicking on a creature automatically. Here's a con message. I think people have suggested it before, but I don't think we've ever really discussed it. Will you be able to customize your UI like EQ did later on? I believe we're hoping to allow for UI customization. Check out my new tunic, everybody. Yay, visual progression, yep. The hair is just gorgeous. It is very good hair. Let me go get some more spells for my book. A nice helmet too. My hair helmet. Is there a way to hide all of the UI? Yeah, F10. Come a long way since the little Orby guys. We have come quite a ways since Capsylvania. What about min max character name length? Oh, I'm not sure what the min and I think the min is 4 characters. Max, I don't know. That hair provides a natural +2 AC bonus. Mm-hmm. And a +5 charisma. What level am I already? Jeez, I'm level 2. Alright. Will you get surnames at some point? Yep, you can get a surname. Do you guys know, does it require level 20 at the moment? What races will be playable during the test? Human male, human female. Gnome male. Ogre male. It is level 20. Cool. Yeah, that's familiar. People know that. But I could show you a star name. You really didn't believe me. Market of Crusader. I should probably get that. Poison protection. Yeah. Shoot, man. Two gold pieces for shoot. Oh, hell no. Names are 4 to 15 characters right now. What? Abilities. No? Is it really? That's an innate? Oh. Why'd I do that? It is an innate. Okay. Hexabyss 666. Thank you for the follow. Four seems to be the normal minimum. Any reason? You know what? If there's not a very good reason, then we may make it 3, Narf. Because, like, Ollie's name is Ollie, and that is 3. Well, thanks for following us on YouTube as well. Those of you that are new here, and you're like, this is your first stream and you haven't been watching videos or anything, I'm gonna remind you to check out our YouTube. We post these VODs. I eventually get around to posting it, but the other guys are pretty good about doing it pretty quickly. We've been posting these VODs for years now. They're like 300 videos. So if you want to go all the way back to the days of it's just capsules and super placeholdery stuff, then you can check it out. Also, if you go to Monsters and Memories YouTube, on the landing page, there's the year 2 retrospective we put up like 6 months ago now. But it's a nice, it'll walk you through the entire progression of the project. And if you're EverQuest fans, as a side bonus, and you're not aware of them, I've done like 60 hours of interviews with EQ folk. You can find them on the Loving Robot YouTube. So 2 different YouTube channels. Give them both a subscribe so that we can watch that number. We have 3,000 people on the mailing list. We have 3,000 people in Discord, but we only have 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. What? That seems like it could be improved. So, and then if you leave comments and click like and all that stuff, I think it does help with discoverability. And then if you comment, we give you a little loving heart on your comment. Unless it's a really bad comment, then we just delete that shit and keep an eye out on you. Like, we don't want that person around anymore. Jeez, bad news. So that's what we do. That's our plan. Went and subscribed on YouTube. Thank you. It's always nice when you put out a call to action and it actually it gets actioned. Primus, I'm fairly certain we said yes on that one. I'd have to look at the chart. I'd have to look at the chart. There were a couple races I thought where we did something a little like where I might have just lied to you. Oh my gosh, my posture is so bad when I sit in this chair. Every once in a while, like, I'll have to pop back to find something in a video or whatever, and I'm all like, I need like a posture button that you guys can press to remind me that I'm slouching. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy so much candy for the playtest. Oh, I'm gonna just eat candy and eat it and eat it. All that candy will make you sick? Probably. But it'll be delicious. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. It's just a pup. I thought the Ashira warrior was about to just two-shot me. Think that answers, can characters outrun mobs normally, or would you need style or hit a zone line? I think that answers my question. Depends on the mob. Most mobs. Where are we at time-wise? All right, it's the moons are setting. Any updates on elf models? Some of you guys wood elves, they are sick. We have not been working on elves or any of the other player character models at the moment. Unless I missed something. Deb brought back a brick of chocolate from our New Zealand trip and it was fantastic. Foreign candy is just so much better than ours. It's weird, man. I get homesick for American candy all the time though. Luno, thank you for the follow. There are American candy shops over here in Europa. Chocolate was just so much creamier and smoother than our... Oh yeah, for sure. Chocolate's going to be better. Just because... Like our Hershey's and stuff, it's made with oil or some shit. Can't find a good currywurst stateside though. There was a place up where my most recent ex-wife's parents lived. There was a pretty damn good currywurst there. What was I doing? Oh, trying to sell some shit. Sell my meats to the cooking supplies guy. Yeah, cheese balls are easy to blast through. Raw jackal meat, he'll buy it. He likes it. Doing humans, gnomes, ogres makes a lot of sense. Largest, smallest size races help weed out any issue with size, and you can fill in between. Yep, that was the plan. The 2 stress tests will, of course, end in a best of the best PvP tournament. I wish if we had PvP, it'd be a lot of fun. We just don't have it in yet. Hex, if I'm not mistaken, I think we did we played around with some modeling for the wood elf. But man, I look really satisfied with myself. That hair and that mustache. I'm just a winner. We played around with the modeling a bit, but oh, you posted a video. Okay. Sorry, I haven't clicked on it. Man, I'm whipping some badass now. Thank you, Hex. You stay right on over there, Sheer Warrior. Monotonous? No. At the moment, we're not really worried about that scenario. We've even checked back with our IP lawyer, and she confirmed that so essentially, there's a period when you first apply for your trademark, that it gets posted, and so then if anybody's got a problem with it, they've got a period of time at which they can contest it. That period was a long time ago. We've had the trademark. We're basically just at the stage now where we have the mark, but it's not finalized in the sense that we haven't been using it commercially. So we do 6-month extensions on it while we're waiting to use it commercially, but it's ours. I'm not sure what happened with the other ones. You know, I think there was some stuff as well with regards to like the M being more monster, claw, stuff like that. But there's actually there are a fair number of games out there that use monster in the name. We have like we paid them to do research and they gave us back like a 500-page report. And they go through all of the various games and other uses of both the words monster and memories. And so there's a lot out there that I guess haven't been screwed with. So that's the thoughts on that, but you never know. It's America, so we could get sued for anything at some point. What does the mark do? I don't know. I'm so bad at this game. It's not going to do anything for a little bit, because usually if something's not ready for prime time or we run into an issue, we'll just make it cost 9,999 mana, which I don't have the mana for, but it looks cool up there on the bar. So just put an umlaut over one of the letters and it's different. Yeah, but then my German wife makes fun of me. You worry for indie developers now? I know Iron Mace, Dark and Darker is going through it now. I think we're just seeing a number of, for all of the hundreds of games that are being worked on out there, we're just seeing a few that have run into very unique situations. So Hex, appreciate it. we're solid at the moment. See if the between the sounds, the effects in my hair, see if we give you some good Saturday morning cartoon vibes in a second. Tarduk, it is a game that is in development. Our game is in development. If you're here for the first time just based on a recommendation, then welcome. Oh, that rotten skeleton's got some. He's holding something. Come here, Looty. Watch out. Make sure we don't get third-partied by this Shira right here. I'm not as worried about that jackal. I can kill this guy quickly and then, can get out of here. So Tarduk, we're making a old school, very retro feeling, early 2000s, late 90s style MMORPG. We're an independent team, and we stream the progress as we go. So we've been streaming the progress since before we even were thinking about making a game. We started joking about making a game. Oh gosh. Oh shit. Oh, hey. Guy. No? Thank you. Thank you for the help. Almost didn't get my spear. Kronzik, thank you for the follow. So yeah, you can go back. I was just saying a few minutes ago, we post all these videos as well. We've probably got like 300 videos up now. We've been working on this for a bit over 2 years, from like the first little discussion of, hey, let's get started. If you want to see kind of the progression of what that looked like, if you go to the YouTube page, the landing video is a 2-year retrospective. So that'll give you an overview. For like the first year, it was all super placeholder art. So it was just like these little capsules that we've all grown to love. Raw jackal meat. Raw meat. Let me go still real quick. Rex said David Attenborough. But I can't do the voice. I can't do it justice. Here amongst the sands and palm trees lies the elusive sand beetle in its mating season. The male seems to try courting the surrounding females with a loud wing flutter and dancing clicks and snaps, but to no avail. He seems to have repelled the group of potential mates. YouTube says 325 videos. That's awesome, Breck. Good job. Attenborough. Not to be pedantic, just in case you were curious. Thanks, BMC. Tarduk, thank you for the follow. What's the Eminem team's favorite MMORPGs of all time? If I had to guess, you're gonna find a lot of serious EQ lovers, but we got a mix. Religions are not in yet, Nalder. But we may still allow for agnostics. We'll be doing a couple controversial things like that. What? Yes. Damn it, my torch was burning. I should have... Man, that's expensive. That was an expensive move. I should have... As soon as the sun comes up, I should have put my torch away. Down to 7 charges. You guys planning on this being more of a sandbox type game? There'll be some inclination towards, depending on your definition of sandbox. There'll be some inclination towards a bit more agency. Definitely a lot less hand holding. It doesn't have sort of the more modern theme park progression on rails vibe. So for some of you that are new here, some things that we're doing, I'll give you a quick overview before it gets too late. Talking to NPCs, if you've been watching, here, I'll go turn on a bone chip. You'll see what a quest looks like, but it's very, very old school in this sense. Like, so I'm talking to the guard. Let me move it to where you can actually see it here. So, I can ask him some questions. Where is the hospice? Wayfarer's Hospice can be found not too far to the north of here. I just happen to know that north is this way because I am a skilled player. So there won't be boats that take like 3 hours where you fall into the water because you lagged when you zoned in, right? What if I said yes? And if you punch the boat, it will kill you, we learned earlier. We had boats in for a little bit, but we want to make some improvements to them. So we took them back out. And Nick decided he was going to do what the kids, I guess these days, call the FAFO. He FAFO'd. And decided he was going to attack the boat. And the boat said, son, I'm a boat. And then killed him. And I can't remember. I think his corpse went in the ocean. Or did his corpse stay on the boat? Just whichever one's funnier to you. That's the story. We could form a raid and take down the boat. You could. Oh, I'm glad I didn't have him targeted. I almost auto-attacked the NPC. The quest NPC. Here's a bone chip, buddy. And the boat was like, I can't do it. You're about to find out what happens, Larry. If we kill the boat, will we be able to loot Nick's corpse as an Easter egg? Yeah, that'd be funny. If you kill a boat, Nick's corpse falls out. Brown Butcher said, I kind of want to go fight a boat IRL and see what happens. Do it. Get someone to film it, please. So when you get into Tartak, it is late on my end because I just read that it's 10:20 p.m. on my end. I'm in Germany. I read that as, can I ask how big is your head? I was like, what kind of question? How dare you? I have a giant head. How big is the team? We are 16, 17 people, roughly. If you go to our website, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people, everybody is on the team page, which reminds me those people need to get their bios written and given to me. Dang. So when you come in for the stress test this weekend, you can come try to punch one of these boats. Oh man. Blickstev. Blickstev, we never did an interview. We should do an interview with you. I haven't done an interview in a while. It sounds like punching a boat would be an ordeal. They have a specific set of skills. Lunchbox. You and John are gonna go at it. Haven't heard from Keith in a while. Is he still around documenting stuff? Keith's just had a ton of IRL going on. So poor guy's just been slammed. So I heard from him this week. Music playtest somewhere. It is on our did I say playtest? I'm just thinking playtest. Everything is just playtest right now. Playlist. If you go to our YouTube, you can find a playtest. Oh my god, I just did it again. You can find a playlist with all of the music. Playlist. Oh wait, I actually have a command for this because it comes up so much. Not in game, damn it. Here. Music, here, just click this. Robert's done such a fantastic job with the music that the question comes up a lot. So all right. You know what, guys? Yeah, it's 10:30 at night here, so I'm gonna wrap it up. There are no gyms yet. All right, Tom. So we should follow up on that, and we'll see if we can line up a interview soon. That would be fun. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to take some naps tomorrow. I'm going to buy some candy. I'm going to be here tomorrow night for the playtest. Those of you that don't know what playtest we're talking about, please go to the Discord and check it out. We're doing a stress test tomorrow. So we're going to see how well our tech holds up for the first time with tons of people. We've got about 1,500 people. We've got 1,400 new installs, registrations and installs in the last 2 days. Plus friends and family and team and stuff like that. So we're like around 1,500 people. We'll see what happens. If everybody shows up, which you're bound to do over the next couple of days. Well, awesome. We'll see what crashes, what breaks. We'll see whether or not we need to bring up a couple more servers or something. We'll try to make things work for you. If things crash and bounce and all that stuff, we're bound to have some people be like, oh, well, screw this. I'm going to go bitch about the fact that the stress test was stressful on this forum somewhere or whatever. Cool. Less lag for the rest of you. So if that happens, then maybe things will chill out. We'll see. Who knows? We may put 1,500 people into one zone, and that'll be weird. it'll be just kind of everybody, pick a corner and sit there, I guess. Yeah. So that'll be that. We're excited to see you guys tomorrow and Saturday, and depending on how things go the next 2 days, keep your guys out for maybe some extra surprise time on just keep your eyes on Discord the next couple of days and see what happened. Brown Butcher said the music is fucking amazing. It's actually interesting to see the music so fleshed out already this early, but it really helps sell the feel of the game. Dude, Robert is legit. He's a professional musician. It's what he does, man. Dude plays P99 at festivals on a laptop in tour buses. He's legit, and he's a legit lover of what we're doing, and we're very fortunate to have him. We've been just fortunate to assemble the team that we have, and the music is definitely part of that. So, all right, see you, Nicodemus. See you, Monty. This is I'm gonna say good night now. I'll be streaming again during the stress test, not to take anything away from all the other streamers that'll be doing it. But I'll be here just to, talk shit and let you know what's going on if things get weird. So, I will see everybody tomorrow night. It'll actually be Saturday morning my time, but tomorrow night for you. Are we raiding Brown Butcher's stream? We can do that. We can do that once I say good night to everybody. You can stare at his meat. I'll be playing in the stress test as well. Yep. Good night. Cheers. Good night. See everybody tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see you in game with no problems. Otherwise, we'll see you in stream or in Discord. And we'll be figuring out how to fix anything that pops up. All right, let's raid Brown. Let's raid Brown Butcher. Where's the raid button? I've been so bad about not raiding lately that I need to actually find the button. Tschüsschen. Damn it. Where's raid? I don't know. There it is. All right. Raiding Brown Butcher coming up. Meat hype. Is it black? What? There's a slash command now? I'm just looking for the button. Starting the raid. I'm doing it. Raiding now. I will see you guys tomorrow.